people in the media, at least, they don't like to overreact or get caught overreacting, right? Because then you get called out, and the following week you can look like an idiot. But there are things in the world that are severe and urgent, like when Boeing introduced the new 737 jet, stories surfaced that it had been rushed to the market and a plane crashed. Like, don't overreact. That's scary because we all fly and we're all getting on those planes. You can't overreact to that. That's serious today. January 6th at the Capitol. Sorry, conservatives. Like, that was serious. Like, you can't unsee that, and you're seeing it now unravel for conservatives and certain people. Like, those are serious things. Now, this is just sports, and we don't know. These are not analogous, but there are times when you watch things and it's like, oh, that's serious. And in sports, it's a different level of serious, right? But we watch these NFL games all the time, and we get fired up, and there's an emotional connection to sports. So we tend to, I do, you do, we all do. We go crazy when our team looks terrible, our quarterback looks great. But I'm sitting there watching that last night, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't want to overreact. It's just a football game, but I'm watching that, and three things jumped out to me. And I don't think I'm overreacting to this sports story. Number one, I think the two best games I've seen any team in the NFL play this year, there's an argument to be made. The Rams were in both of them. They hosted the world champion Buccaneers. Remember that game earlier at SoFi? And they undressed the Buccaneers. They averaged like 7 yards of play. Remember, we came back that following Monday. We're like, what was that? Matt Stafford's unbelievable. And then last night. Now, there was a game where the Packers went to Arizona that I was blown away with, but I would say 2 of the 3 games this year in the NFL where I was just jaw-dropping, like coaching, defense, offense, playmaking. Rams were in 2 of them. And so at their best, they destroyed the Buccaneers and went to Arizona and completely dominated that game last night. I don't care what the score was. They completely dominated that game. So that's the first thing, and I don't think I'm overreacting to that. The second thing is, what do we make of Arizona now? So both the Packers and the Rams have gone into Arizona missing key starters. Remember, Green Bay was missing 11 starters, not players, starters. Last night, the Rams find out within a 24-hour period, yeah, your number 2 running back, your number 1 tight end, you're the best corner in football, your right tackle, they can't make the trip, they can't play. What? Excuse me? And both the Packers and the Rams missing all sorts of starters. A lot of them, they didn't have time to prepare, go to Arizona, and in both instances, the Cardinals sort of unraveled late in the game. And then number 3 is, okay, I don't want to overreact, but like Matt Stafford in the last 8 quarters, this is precisely the time last year that Tom Brady, remember Tom Brady was scuffling a little bit. We saw him struggle against the Bears. We saw him struggle twice against the Saints. Tom Brady had some bad games last year. And all of a sudden, about this time last year, Brady with a new coach, a new system, new teammates, you're like, oh, Tom's hot. Tom is 18-3 since this time last year. Let me repeat, 18-3. Matt Stafford, in the last 8 quarters, new coach, new system, new teammates, new receivers. His last 8 quarters for Matt Stafford, I'll read these out loud. 600 yards, 6 TDs, no picks, 127 passer rating, 72% completion percentage. This is the time last year. We all know new players, new coaches, new systems. We all know this. They get it figured out post-Thanksgiving. So there are things in sports you see, and I don't think it's overreacting. I don't think all of us saying about a month ago, you know, Mac Jones is getting really good really fast. I don't think that's overreacting. I think you were accurate. I think I was accurate. I think Joey was accurate. I don't think 2 or 3 weeks ago saying, yeah, Kansas City's defense right now is about as good as any in the NFL. They're like, you can't move the ball on them. I don't think that's overreacting. They've done it now 5-6 straight weeks. And I don't think saying the Rams at their best, maybe the best team in the league. Stafford's completely in sync now, even with OBJ, a new receiver. And I don't know what to make of Arizona. I liked them the entire year until last night. I don't think it's overreacting. I think I watched These were significant stories last night. And I kept watching it thinking, okay, slow down. Don't go recency bias. Don't be a crazy media person. But I woke up this morning, I felt the exact same way. That felt big. Big for Stafford, big for the Rams. Yeah, and it's really amazing when you lose all these key components and you don't really have your practice is done. Like you're done. Like you're finding out as you get on the plane. You won't have a right tackle. You won't have a tight end. You won't have running back. You won't have Jalen Ramsey. And to do that, I don't know. I don't think I'm overreacting. Maybe I am, but I was just, wow. Coaching, defense, playmaking, running the football, passing it, Cooper Kupp, OBJ, another touchdown. Wow. That was as good a performance by a team I have seen this year. I was blown away by it. So Justin Jefferson is a great young receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. He was on Twitter last night. He said, folks, OBJ was not the problem. Hope you all see now, you clowns. So OBJ is suddenly productive again. He is beating man coverage. He's getting more looks. He's got 3 touchdowns in 3 games, and he looks very comfortable. I think we would all admit he is just a better fit in Los Angeles. Cleveland is one of those sports cities that has what I would call low sports self-esteem, that they tried too hard to make it work and then got, strangely, weirdly defensive when it didn't work. You had a young quarterback trying to find himself that would rush to defend him. And now you go to L.A. and you've got a veteran quarterback. And I think OBJ respects Stafford's talent, which is significantly better than the Cleveland quarterback, and his experience, which is significantly longer than the Cleveland quarterback. And there's no strange discomfort. Sean McVay says, welcome to L.A. You're one of the stars on the team. We'll get you the ball, and it'll eventually work out. Just kind of chill for a couple weeks. And so Cleveland's a different fit. Cleveland, the biggest star in the history of Cleveland's LeBron. He left twice. Stars leave Cleveland. Stars seek Los Angeles. And I think that is something. I think he's very comfortable here. He has a house here. I told you I had a friend who lost their dog a year ago, went into the yard, and OBJ reached over the fence and said, here's your dog. He lives here. He likes it here. I feel like the Giants was really good for OBJ. Then it was like time to go. And then Cleveland was the rebound, and LA's the perfect fit. And I think Stafford's a big part of it. I think OBJ sees a guy that's been in this league over a decade. He's a world-class talent. He's a grown-up. He's experienced. And I also think, and I think this is a big part of it, L.A. is a very comfortable place for stars. You can hide. You can chill. You go to the grocery store, you'll see an actor at every turn. It's the reality of Los Angeles, especially where OBJ lives, right around the corner from where we're at. And this is a good fit. He's productive. He can still beat man-to-man coverage. And it feels easier. It always felt forced in Cleveland. It felt forced with the quarterback, forced with the staff. He never truly ever said he wanted to be in Cleveland. He did the best he could to make it work, but it never really worked. And at the end, it just unraveled. This has been, not shockingly, seamless so far. 3 TDs, 3 games. He seems, last night, he had 80 yards, 7 catches, 13 yards a catch, a long of 40, and a touchdown. They've got Van Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, OBJ, all very, very good, all getting the ball, seamless. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.